It is a web server practice today. It is a context of exploiting vulnerabilities over a web server. We recognize what is a web server, and then after we try to do some exploitation actually practices, trying to retrieve the most information that we can do from the web server. Everything to be done remotely. Thus, as per the task, we are going to go behind web server many other tasks. We try to inject some scripts that we generate ourselves, and behind of it we'll understand the exploitation. Here will lead us to understand what are the weak points in this environment in the given web server. The web server actually we are going to practice on is the dirabay.com. Actually, it is one of the domains that I have. It's mine. So we are having the chance to do whatever we want on. I give you the permission to do. So we have no problem to test on that. I generated a subdomain, actually subdirectory here for doing our tests. So let's dig in. So behind actually this practice will be understanding how to exploit a web server and how to dig in, searching for vulnerabilities or available vulnerabilities if they are there, and what are the tools to use. And we are going to use one of the methodologies, no more no less. It's not the unique, but it's one of the very successful methods that we may refer to when needed and where these circumstances are actually validated. Because what we are going to do, they are not going to be valid for all web servers and for all the trials wherever you go. No, they are to be customized upon some circumstances, mainly related to the environment. The environment means the web server itself and the tool, the client you use to inject or to do your injections. Our solution actually, it will be based on scripting languages we are going to refer to. It's like C++, something like that. We are going to communicate with the system itself. We are going to communicate with the system, which is the web server itself, to retrieve the data we need. If it gives us some juicy data, some data that we can have the benefit from, so there are vulnerabilities, and we'll decide accordingly what are the vulnerabilities. Otherwise, if everything is rejected, so we are not having any chance, we'll discuss accordingly. We'll pass some commands to the server, and we'll try to inject them first. Are we able to successfully inject what we have to do or not? If we succeed to inject, even with no result, we succeeded. Otherwise, we are failing. We are reaching a failure. So the server actually here, when we reach the failure status, the server is secured against what we did. Secured against what we did, not secured fully. We do not discuss the totality of the activities inside the web server. Let's do so. First of all, the web server we will actually tackle. We will try to exploit its security level. Here is the dirabay.com. And the subdirectory here, there is a subdomain pointing to this directory, lecturing. So let's just open this domain here. I'm gonna tackle that domain and I'll point you there. Yes, here you are. That's great. So this is the domain I'm gonna refer you to. This is the domain I'm gonna refer you to, and basically I'm gonna utilize this one to inject my tool. Actually, this one actually that I customized for this practice purposely. It is mimicking real service, no more, no less. Let me start a notepad. Let me start notepad to do the solution of the first task, actually to communicate with the web server and see if I can communicate some scripts to grab data from the web server itself. So I'm starting notepad. I'm starting the notepad. I'm starting new notepad. So I'm gonna generate only one. I'm going to generate a script that I can utilize actually later on to communicate with the system. In C++, actually, we may pass the following command. In C++, it means I'm going to type the command. I'm going to actually make you understand the modification I have to bring in order to make the server understand, because C++ cannot be passed. C++ cannot be passed. If I type the following, actually, this is a command, actually. This is a command, actually. Communication with the system, or with the server, communicate with the server. Yeah. Here, the communication with the server, I have to pass commands that the server understands. System, parentheses like this means this is a function. This is a predefined function I'm going to utilize to pass different commands. For example, I'm going to pass the ping. You know, actually, the ping is one of the probing tools that we can utilize to check if a host or an entity available remotely, is it alive or not. So I may utilize this one to interrogate the system himself, local host. So I'm pinging the server himself. He has to tell me yes, available there, and he has to give me his own IP address, something like that. I may actually interrogate the www.drabay.com since I'm tackling the server himself. The drabay.com says the server I'm tackling, or we are tackling to grab the data, to exploit his capabilities, is drabay.com. So all are possible. I'm going to use this one to make it more visual, understandable to you, because the local host is new, I believe. Then, خلاص, I finished. I'm going to just store the result. I'm going to store the result in a variable. I'm going to say ping var equals system here, actually ping. Okay, this ping var here, actually, it is a variable that would hold the result of the system command. Remember, C++ cannot be passed to a web server. What we are going to use, actually, as per the guide here, it is visible to us that we are going to refer to something that nominated PHP. It is one language, it is one scripting language. We are not going to learn this one, but we are going to use specifically 2, 3, 4 commands only, words, simply, like the word system, here, just to pass whatever we want. Ping we know since early, we know since the computer skills. Sorry, since we know since the computer security. It's not new to us. But writing the thing in this context, it is new to us. System is PHP, and this thing is computer security. So we have to finish everything with something that the computer has to understand, like we started with the system. So the syntax is required. What I'm going to do, I'm going to indicate to the server that I'm writing the thing in PHP by indicating a start and an end to the block. Here we start the PHP respecting the syntax, and here we end. All what it comes in between is in PHP. This was in C++. Now, inside of this block, it is PHP. It's the same. I did not modify anything. This was in C++. Now, in PHP, I have to modify the variable name only by adding $, at the beginning. Only I added this thing. So the difference in between C++ and this PHP is this $. This block, those two statements here. The unique difference when it was in C++, now it is in PHP because of this $. Indicating the start of PHP and end of PHP. In between was C++. Became PHP. I have to respect the declaration of the variable, how it has to be. It has to be mentioned with this $. In C++, we would write int, for example, or char, or any data type. Here no. $, it's enough. Data type the system will understand the outcome from the outcome of this, let's say, sequence here. He will understand what would be the data type of this variable. I'm going to save. I'm going to save it in any place in the computer. I'm going to give it the name, actually, ping server .php. I'm using the extension PHP because I have to respect it. Otherwise, he will not. Otherwise, what? The server, he will not understand what I'm writing here, what are those. So the name has to be understood also. The name of the file is user defined, whatever name I use, any name, but the extension, no. The extension has to be respected, and we have to respect the rule. .php. Save. I'm saving it in somewhere. I know. Okay. Let me come back to the domain where I guided you to go here. dirabay.com/lecturing. I'm gonna actually immediately I have to upload. I have the chance to upload, so I'm gonna upload. Search for the file. I said pingin. Here it is, pingin server. Double click it. Here it is. Upload it. Okay, I got it has been uploaded, and I have to test. I have the button that asks me to test if I want. So yes, I'm going to test pingin server. Test. I'm testing. Actually, from first view, nothing is there. From first view, nothing is there. Yet everything is there. Why? It's only invisible to me. When I do right click, view source of the page, there are 2 lines. But what happened? The ping in here, the ping command, it is something actually dynamic. Actually, it does not show to me one static value. It has to go to the server, do its job, and then after bring me back the result. We cannot get the outcome simply like this. The outcome, we cannot get it. And this is the first notice. The second thing, I have to manually mention that I need the outcome to be written. I need to mention that the thing has to be written manually. So I'm going to say in C++ print R, I'm going to print, that's it, only print the variable name. Copy, paste, semicolon, that's it. It's in C++ also. This is C++. Save, I'm going to save, file save only, Upload it again, previous, choose the file, the same file, pingin var, pingin server, upload, done, test again. Nothing there so far. Just I give it a while, nothing appears. View source, right click. Still nothing is there. I'm not able to see anything. Just I have to interrogate my script. Is there anything missing? No, nothing is missing. Remember, I said that this ping has to go to the server, interrogate, and dynamically bring back the result based on the outcome. It needs time, and it will not, the context here, the page I'm utilizing, it does not display the content actually dynamically. It does not refresh. Even if you refresh, it will re-execute again this command. So this is not the best option to start with. It works very fine. Let's test something different to make you understand more. Let's test something different. I'm going to create a new notepad to pass a different command. New notepad. Again, I'm going to indicate, I'm going to use the PHP again. This is the start, this is the end. Sorry, this is the start and this is the end. Here, I'm going to communicate with the system, yes. And I'm going to just make the server tell me if he can give me what is his name, what is his location, his IP address, and other details. I'm going to pass the command and let's look up. This is actually also another command that we saw in the security and the digital security lab group. We saw it more than once. And let's look up. I'm going to say localhost, or I'm going to say the www.dirabay.com, www.dirabay.com. Yes, dira. Typo. Semicolon. As usual, I'm going to store the result in var and ls equal, okay, any var, user defined. Also, I'm going to type the output of this variable, echo, or let's say print $ns, the user defined variable, just save. I'm going to say using different name, file save as. I'm going to say ns lookup.php. It's the same location, ns lookup.php. Yes, great. I'm going to load. Again, choose it. ns lookup, here it is. Choose it. upload, test, see what I got. Server, IP address, IP address. Here actually you have a port that you can utilize. Non-authoritative answer. Let me just return it to 0. Come on. Yes, non-authoritative answer. Whatever. We have actually the actual IP address of the server. Those are replies from the server using this command. So we are starting digging data. Actually, using the IP address, I can do more things. Now, this is the first reveal the server is giving me. Actually, I'm pretty sure now that this IP address is from this server. If we use the CMD, or the shell, I'm going to use the PowerShell. Oh, sorry. What is it? PowerShell, yes. PowerShell tool. To interrogate the server, telling me what is your IP address. Let him start first. Let me start the IDE. PowerShell. Yes, okay. Not the IDE, but the ISE version. Great. I'm gonna say NS lookup. NS lookup. Here I say dirabay.com. Enter. Waiting for the result. Timed out. Address. He actually it said something else. Let me just wait for him to finish. Time it out. He was not able to grab any data. He was not able to grab any data. He was not able to bring me the least information, which is the IP address. I did the same command, and let's look up. While the PowerShell is an administrative, actually it's an authoritative tool that I can use from this computer. I'm going to test the second thing, which is the ping. Ping the same dirabay.com, dirabay.com, dirabay.com. It is the IP address. The IP address. And let's look up did not have any result. The ping had results. It is the same. This IP address is the same as this IP address here. It's the same. Where it is? Yes, here it is. This IP address here is the same. Yet here, the control that actually I'm doing through the ping, and the ping is actually it's a probing tool. The probing tools in general, all of them, they might be controlled because they are to leave a log on the server, and logs to be left or to be done actually 100% can be controlled, can be monitored. You understand what does mean log? Log actually is a trace, just a trace to say, hey, I'm here. I did the following thing. I accessed. I opened. I. This is a log. Thus, this means that this IP address might be customized. It might not give me where actually exactly the host where this dirabay is hosted. It might give me actually where the company, the host, actually the phone. This IP address might be not the correct one where this dirabay is hosted. Yet, using this method here, I'm pretty sure that this IP address is specifically for this domain, for the server, for the host, that points directly to where the domain is. Continue. So we are able to grab this data from inside the server. From inside the server, this is not using a probing tool. I'm not probing the tool. I'm asking the server. I'm asking the server to reply me, and he replied to me. We are on the WW. Remember, we are on the WW environment. Good. Let's dig in more. As per the request, let's scan for the available contents inside. Let's dig in and grab the contents of the domain here, this directory here, or this subdomain here. Can we extract what are the things there? Can we extract what are the files available there? Let's try. To do so, I want to create a new file. Also, it's in PHP, and still I'm going to communicate. Here I'm not going to communicate with the system, but I'm going to just use a simple function, which is the scan dir, and I'm going to specify the name of the directory I want to scan. For example, I'm going to say this thing, this directory. I want to specify this directory fully. I'm going to copy the name. Copy. This is a file. It has an extension. I'm not going to scan the content of the file. No, we are going to scan the content of the directory. This is the directory we want. This is the directory we need. So here I'm going to paste this directory, semicolon, scan directory, and we are going to store the result in a variable. Let's say variable dirsc scan, let's say equal, and we are going to print the content here. The print of this dirsc dollar sc here, yes, sc in a capital here, without quotations. Full stop. Let me save. I'm going to say scanning srvr.php, the same. User defined and the extension. Let's test. Search. We said scanning srv. Here it is. Yes, upload now. Let's test. Nothing is visible to me. Nothing is. Let's visualize the source. Also, nothing is displayed to me. Nothing is displayed to me. Still, let me just return to 100% visualize. Yes, great. So this directory here, because I do not guarantee, I'm going to just copy it fully. I'm going to copy it fully like this, starting from the HTTP, and let's test. It did not give me anything. It was not empty. Nothing is there. So I'm going to change the directory I want. So the first trial was failed. Did not give me any result. Now I'm changing the directory path. The directory path I'm changing. Let's save only. Let's save only. Let's do again. Previous. Choose scan and srvr. Yes. Upload. Test. Still nothing. Let's visualize the source. Nothing. It takes a little bit of time to search. Then after, empty. Nothing. Just one line here. See, nothing. Nothing is there. I'm going to close. And here, I'm going to come back to the same file. I'm going to tell the server to scan what the local directory, where he is, where we are able to inject this file, So I'm going to just grab for the contents of the local directory to say that in C++, we represent the local directory with a dot. We represent the local directory with a dot. Actually, it's valid for C++, for PHP, for commands using the command prompt. All of the local directories, they are represented with a dot. Dot. Let's save the file. Come back. Previous. Choose the file. Scanning. SRVR. Here is it. Upload. Yes, successful. Test is saying error. Now something appeared. Let's visualize the source. Only error. Nothing is there. Means there is something actually we can grab. But yet we are not able to visualize everything clearly. Let me write the thing differently. Yes. I'm not going to use the print, but I'm going to use something different, which is PHP specific, echo. I'm going to tell you what. I'm going to return the print. I'm only referring to C++. So print underscore R, simple parentheses, R is in small. So it's another function for output. It's another function for output only. So I'm going to save only, save, and retest previous. Choose the file, scan, server, upload. Let's test. Yes, great. See the result now. See the result. What is this? You cannot understand? No, it's very clear. At position 0, we have nothing. It's the directory itself. At position top level, sorry, at position 1, we have the top level. Position 2, we have one file. Extension assign 3 is not clear. At position 3, we have file. See, aisha.php. At position 4, we have another file, aisha2, php2, and so on. So those are files. These are files. Maths.php. Let me see. I have my files, me myself, I believe. Murad. I have so many files, me myself, Murad.php, Murad1.php, and so on. Those are files. Let me see them in the source. They are not ordered this way. See, right click, inspect, or not inspect, but visualize the source. See them here, how they are ordered. They are the source of the page, how they are visualized to me. Position 0, 1, and so on. All of those, they are available where? They are available here, in this directory here. Those are the content of this server. So the server allows us to grab the content. Once we succeed in injecting this content, actually the injection, it's a question, can you do it or not? But once we succeed in doing so, we were able to grab the content. Only the names here. Here we are just displaying the names. We are only displaying the names. Okay, great. Can we open? For now, we'll not open, but later on, we'll be able to open. I'll show you how. Just let's dig in and let's continue in solving the issues. So I'm going to close this source. From the other activities, since we are able to extract the content of the server, visualize. For example, any of those files, those are all files available and stored files because they have extensions. Let's take any of them and let's rename it. For example, let's take the whatever. I'm going to take this one, w5.php file. I'm going to rename it to be virus.php. I'm going to change this w5.php file to change its name to be virus.php. It's nothing. It's a user-defined name. It's not a virus. It's just user-defined name. Yet to make you understand that we can change the name from inside the server itself. Let's come back here. This is the server itself. I'll keep here. I'll open a new notepad. So the w5 here, it is the file. W5. This is the file. I'm going to rename this w5 to be virus.php or malware.php. New PHP file. I'm going to say rename the same file here. I'm going to type w5.php in between double quotations at the end, comma, the new name. I'm going to say virus.php. Okay, close the quotation, close the parenthesis, semicolon, finished. I'm done. Rename, what is it? It's a predefined method. Actually, that it's a predefined function that the PHP recognizes. Just type rename. That's it. Rename. That's it. That's it done. But let's do that. Let's do that. I'm going to save. I save as rename. Oh, come on, rename. I'm going to say file dot php. PHP. Okay, rename file dot php. The same location. Rename file. Okay, I'm going to come back. Previous. Choose the file. Rename file. Rename file. Rename file. Here it is. Open. Here it is. Upload. Test. Uploaded. I'm not able to see anything. I'm not able to see anything. What is the result? What is the result? Nothing is there. Nothing is there. Why? Because the file actually we did not ask to do anything but to rename those files. This file to this file. Let's test the other file. Let's test this one. Let's test this one again, which is the scanning server. Let's test it. We are not going to modify. Just let's use it to scan again. Scanning server is the one. Upload. Test. We do not have W5, but we have virus.php. Let's see the source. We do not have W5, we have virus. It's the same position, 83. Virus.php. It has been renamed successfully. So this is another breach that the server is not covering. The server is not covering. The server is not covering. Good, great. So, great. I'm going to modify the view of this file here. Actually, previous the rename file. Upload, test. It's not the rename file. I said the rename file. No, this one. Rename file. This is the one. Rename file. Choose it. Upload. Test. It is not showing anything. It is not showing anything. Why? Because we have only one command. It's one statement only to rename. But to make test, let it be in the same file. So I'm going to do copy paste. See, I'm not going to write anything. I'm going to scan the directory. Scan the directory. See, I'm going to copy what we created earlier. Here before the rename, I'm going to paste. I'm going to change. See, I'm going to change the syntax to make it much more easier. So the scan directory, I'm not going to store it in a variable. I'm going to pass straightforward to the printr method, and I'm going to delete this thing. So directly, I wrote it here. Shorter, I can do that. Instead of storing the result in a variable and displaying the variable here, so immediately we pass the function. Then I'm going to copy paste here. He will display to me the content before and the content after. Yes. Before, he renames, and after. Okay, let's save. Save only. The same file. Rename file. Save only. Save. And let's test. Previous. Choose the same rename file. Upload. Test. Actually, we see the bigger block. Why it is not separate? Let's separate them. Here I'm gonna say print across PHP content, which is the BR or HR. I'm gonna say HR. An HTML tag HR, horizontal line, semicolon, and also I'm gonna do it here. Copy paste this one and this one. Save. To separate, just it's a line, to add a line only to add a line. Save. Come back. Previous. Choose the file rename file. Rename file is the one. Choose it. Upload it. Test now. Great. The first block, the rename happens here. Then the second block. At the beginning, we have virus originally, it will remain virus only. We don't have W5 because already we renamed it. Let's swap. Now we change the virus into W5. So what we named earlier W5 to virus, we'll rename it again. So here I'm going to search for virus and rename it back W5. W5. Save only. Now, if I test later on, he will give me virus here and W5 here, W5 here, not W5A, W5, number 83. Let's test again. Previous, choose the file, the same, rename file, upload, yes, test, virus number 83, W5 number 83. Happened successfully. View source. What you have actually to understand from this is that we are able to grab some data from the server itself. Yes, here we have virus, and here we have W5. Very neat. So what you have to understand from this purpose here, from this practice here, sorry, is that you are able to grab some data from inside the server. The point is that the injection is not easy because I customize the server to let you inject and to let you input whatever you like. But mainly the servers, they will forbidden you from executing such tasks unless you are able to inject. You have a way. So the injection context here, inject malicious scripts, it is to be controlled. Validation will be there. Actually, you will not be able to upload whatever you like unless it is not controlled or customized. So once the injection has happened, exploitation will happen there. What we need now to list the content is not permitted because see what I'm going to do now. The last thing now. We were able to list the contents. See, we are able to list, for example, this bizo.php. What is the content of this file? What is the content? Bizo. What is the content? I don't know now. Can we open it? Absolutely. We'll open it now. As we were able to check what is the content, we will be able to open it. Let's see the server if he allows us to open the content or not. Let's see. Can we open the content of this server? Yes or no? Let's do that. To do so, I'm going to open a new notepad. I'm going to just open a new notepad, yes. And I'll do copy paste to avoid the rewriting the script. So I'm going to copy this script here. This script I'm going to copy and come back here. Paste what I need. I need to scan, yes. I do not need to let me just store it in a variable. I'm going to say sc scan equal the main directory. I do not need this new line, and for each I'm going to use a new function. Actually, let me write it. It's very short. I'm going to say $$sc, sorry, as dollar, let's say v variable or key, dollar key. I'm going to say echo. Let me just remember the syntax. Echo dollar key $sc position key. If I remember very well the syntax. I want to type $key only. Just give me a second, please. Just I'm gonna. Yes. لا تو خلينا شوي ان شاء الله. لا بخلص تو ان شاء الله. بعد الساعة ساعة؟ نصف ساعة ان شاء الله. Okay, good. $key. I'm gonna just type the $key and I will check and recheck later on. Just file save as scan and read. Let's say scan and read .php. Scan and read .php. Okay, let's test it. Previous. Scan and read. This is the one. Upload it. Test it now. See here. He's writing to me the contents. Yes, the files themselves. File 3 and so on. Let's write them in a proper way. Echo dot new line. BR. I concatenated. We saw. We did not see this one actually before, but whatever. Here, it's an HTML simply. HTML. We are concatenating. This is a link. This is a link with a variable. The variable is this thing here. Let's see the result. Let's see the result by adding this block here. I'm gonna say file save. Save. Let's test again. Previous. Choose the file. Scan and read. Scan and read. Yes. Upload. Test. Yes, I can read them very carefully. But can I read? Can I click? No, no, completely not. Completely not. I cannot. I cannot. They are not clickable. What should we do? We have to add the simple HTML link to the file. Simply, like we concatenated here. We are going to concatenate the link to the file using HTML. What is the link actually? It's the A tag. A tag. href equals $key and close. Concatenated to the key, to the name. And we close it here. Close what? The A tag. HTML simply. HTML. Save. Save only. Test again. Previous. Choose the file. Scan and read. Upload. Test it. Ha! I got them. Let me search for the file I told you. Booze, I said. Where is this? F. Oh, Bizo. Yes, here it is. Here it is. I'm gonna click it. It opens very fine. It works very fine. Now I was able to display the content of the file. Any of them, I click, yes, it works very fine. Any of them, I click, it works. Actually, what we did, we reached to display the content of a file which is hidden already. We did not know that it is available there. Any of them. This is a TXT file. Simply, it holds the script itself. We were able to grab the content while the content of a group of files, while we did not even recognize their availability. With the source, what is there? Empty this one. No, it has some data, this one. It is not visualizing in the normal, but in the source it is visualizing. See? So there is a problem. But I can see the content. I can see the content. That's wonderful, actually, but it's wonderful for us to learn, but it's not good for the server. It's not good for the server. The server is not protecting himself against a reconnaissance phase like this. So those are our files. There is the content. So this is actually dangerous towards the server. I'm going to upload you this video now, and I needed to submit me the results by today. Any questions before, please? Any questions before I close the broadcast. And before of that, I need your attendance, please. I'm going to pronounce your names. Just speak and tell me what is your